It's time for your daily crypto update with Framework Fortune Crypto. I'm your host Ben. Now let's dive in. So there's not a whole lot going on in the market today. Everything is just kind of pulling back. I think like the biggest gainer is Maker, and it's barely even up. Yeah, you can see right here. So we got synthetics. It's up like 4%. And so no real growth or movement today. So we just kind of want to look and see if everything is holding up in those support areas that we want them to hold at. And then in the next couple of days, sometimes the weekends we see some really big moves. So over the next couple of days, we could see these moves starting if these support areas are holding up. So first, before we dive into any of the altcoins, let's talk about Bitcoin. You can see Bitcoin still pretty bearish. The 20-day did cross the 50 on the 4-hour. But it's trying to push back above that. If it can push back above this area, this 37.5, and get back up to 38 and 39, we could see it maybe break 39 and push up over 40,000. Now, it is going to get some tension and resistance right here at this 42, 43,000 where the 200-day moving average is at. But it is bearish at the moment still. Let's look at it on a shorter time frame. Go to the 30-minute. And you can see it's bearish there as well. It did try to push up through those EMAs there, but it couldn't quite do it. So we've got some space between the 20. It's down here below the EMAs. It needs to creep up just like we were seeing on the 4-hour chart. It's on the same thing on the 30-minute. But the 20-day needs to cross over these other EMAs if this is going to go back bullish. So we're just kind of waiting to see what's going to happen here. And that's kind of been what it's been the last week. It's been a waiting game. Some days there's some hot moves where you can make some good profits. Some days it's slow and dead, and you just got to kind of wait things out and see what happens. And that's what kind of day we're having today. Now, Ethereum on the 30-minute has popped above all the indicators at the moment. The 20 is very close to crossing over the 50 and the 100. So it's testing this little 27.5, 2800 area. But if Ether starts to break up over this and push that 2800 area, maybe back up here to the 29, then I think we'll see this market turn bullish. So Ether's looking pretty good. We pull up on the 4-hour chart, and you can see it is above the 100-day right now as well. The 20 has crossed the 50, and the 20 is now trying to cross the 100-day. So the 200 will be some resistance just like it was right there. But this will be the first time in a while that the 20-day has been over the 100-day, all the way back before the dip really started happening. You can see the 20 crossed the 100 there and then continued to sell off. So very close to being very bullish again on Ethereum. Dogecoin on the 4-hour is very close to being bullish. It is right here still in that same area right on the 20. So it seems to be holding up. The 200, the 100, and the 50 are all right here kind of squished together, and that is being some very strong support. This area kind of right through there, that 40-cent area, is some resistance as well. But Dogecoin is very close to pushing up for another leg up. And if it does push this time, I think we'll see it up to that 50-cent area. Now, 50 cents is going to be pretty strong. Now, Filecoin was a runner the other day. It hit that 200 on the 4-hour, pushed back down, but it's going sideways, and the 20 actually is crossing over the 100 currently. So if this 20 starts to really hold above it, this could be a good little entry area possibly in the sideways movement before this market gets back hot. You can see right at the moment the RSI is a little high, but another day or two of it going sideways kind of like this, we'll see that RSI drop, and we could see that crossover and maybe even the crossover on the 200. So Filecoin is one to definitely keep an eye on, and it does have that low circulating supply. Matic on the 4-hour trying to hold up, a little bit bearish under the 100-day. It's kind of curling a little bit. It needs to get back above that 100 and that 20-day very soon. If not, we're going to see this drop back down to this 200 at $1.50 and maybe even lower. So I'd say if we don't see Matic back over 180 by Sunday night, then this probably will have some issues. And Cardano, you can see, is kind of in the same thing. It's testing that 20-day now, but still above these other three indicators. Been getting squished between the 50 and the 20, but looks like it's getting enough buying pressure to push through that. So I think we'll see Cardano still make that rip here very, very soon. Looking at it on the 1 day, we are still above all indicators and we are building higher lows. So we got a low back here, a low right through here, and then a higher low right here. So it's almost like a ladder stepping up. And now this area, the 175 area, is looking like the next step on the ladder before it makes another one of these little jumps like this. And that jump would be another leg up and push it back over $2. And then from there, we could see it go pretty bullish. So I'm still bullish on Cardano, even with the market being a little sideways today. TRB, as we saw, was rejected at the 50. It did crack below the 20 and the 100. The 20 has crossed over, but it is currently hovering around the $64 area. It didn't even come back to the 200 yet, so it looks like it's trying to find support right there at that $64 area, and if it does, it'll be easy for it to pop back above these indicators since they're all kind of really close together. So the last token I'm going to cover today is Cgld. This is a very low circulating supply token. Not a whole bunch of it out there. You can see back here when this thing gets volume, it makes some very nice rips. These are some big daily candles for some pretty good moves, $1.50 moves and stuff like that. And it was part of the big sell-off. It rebounded a little bit right to the 200, and now it's just been going sideways right across that 200. The 20 is coming down, but this is already pretty oversold, and there's not a lot of selling volume on it at the moment. So I think this is one to keep on watch for a possible bounce back up, at least to try to test this $4 area at the 50 and the 100. But if it can break back over those, it could really make a nice move. And if you look back on this chart, even when it is looking bearish, it does have pops sometimes back over areas of resistance. Like it popped right here from 150 all the way up to 433 right when the big run started, and the crossover just happened a couple of days after, and it actually came down and then ripped. So the volatility in this one, when it has these big volume candles, it can really get moving. So just off of the sheer fact that we know it can move when it gets volume, it hasn't had volume, and it's just going sideways, it's about time, I think, for a pop on this in the following week, maybe the next couple of days. Overall, the crypto market right now is a little sketchy. The pullback yesterday and kind of the deadness into the day can be a little sign of weakness, or it could be just a breather for the market as it's been trying to push back up. You're usually not going to have straight up runs in any type of investment, and you even see on coins like Cgld, even when it does go bullish, it still has to pull back, breathe a little bit, make that consolidation, and then it'll break out again. So the name of the game is be patient. So your plan is to be patient, keep an eye on your plays, be ready to cut losses if things turn south all of a sudden. And if there's any coins that I'm not currently covering that you would like me to take a look at on a daily basis, leave it in the comments below. The charting that you're seeing here is from the charting platform TradingView. You can find an affiliate link in the description. Appreciate everybody joining me as always. Stay safe out there. Until next time.